Welcome back, everybody, to the Madden 07 Albuquerque Vipers franchise, as we have now hit the halfway mark of the 2020 season, and we're going to start off the second half of the year against the current top seed in the AFC, the Miami Dolphins. We're coming off a frustrating overtime loss to the San Francisco 49ers, and rookie quarterback Ron Coyle is not happy about it. In fact, he thinks he should be starting over six-time MVP Orlando Cross. Speaking of MVP, as you saw there, Dolphins running back Lamar Henderson is the current favorite to win the MVP halfway through the year. This is not going to be an easy matchup against Miami, and that's going to be a good return by Brian Mitchell to get them started. This Dolphins team is quarterbacked by Lawyer Bender out of Washington State. He has 5 touchdowns to 3 interceptions this season. Obviously, they are much more of a run-heavy team. His first pass is going to sail out of bounds, and here's another look at Lamar Henderson's numbers. 9 touchdowns, over 3 yards per carry, and yet to cough up the football once today. His first handoff of the day is going to go for 7 yards, setting up 3rd down and 3 near midfield. He's going to be brought down just shy of the sticks. 4th down in inches, and after a good kick return, Albuquerque's defense forces a 3-and-out. Orlando Cross not quite putting up MVP numbers this season, but enough to get the job done. We got to get that completion percentage up and those interceptions down. Deron Daniels, a little bit disappointing numbers-wise so far this season, but he was also out for pretty much the first 4 games of the year, so a little bit understandable there, and that's a nice run to pick up a 1st down. Give him the football again, brought down after picking up about 5 yards on that play, setting up 3rd down for Albuquerque. Cross has time and lets this one fly, looking for Darius Floyd, and he comes down with it at the 5, right over our former corner Slater. Down to goal to go now, and untouched is Deron Daniels, getting Albuquerque on the board first. Miami looking to respond, but they're faced with a 3rd down and 7. Play fake now. Bender is going to connect with Cabrani Wolford, but again, they're going to be about a yard short of the 1st down, and they're going to punt for the 2nd time today. Deron Daniels is going to get the handoff to the right side, stiff arming the first defender there, and picks up about 8 yards on the play. That's going to set up 3rd down and short, and Daniels is going to convert it on the ground. That gets Albuquerque out to the 43-yard line now, where again, Cross is going to the air. This time he's got Jimmy Andrews on the opposite side of the field, getting us well into Miami territory and taking us into the 2nd quarter of play. Second-year running back Craig Roberts gets his first touch of the day, fighting forward and picking up 9. Fullback dive on 2nd and inches, and Alfred Hunter is going to pick it up, setting us up inside of the red zone. Looking for another 3rd down conversion, though Orlando Cross is rolling to his right, doesn't see anything he likes downfield, so he's going to take the sack from Randall Slater, who we drafted way back in the day. He was beat on the previous drive, comes up with a big sack here that forces Albuquerque to settle for 3. 10-0. Miami's offense has got to do something. They got to give us a reason why they are 6-2 and the current top seed in the AFC. That pass is going to be knocked away by Justin Williams. Now Lamar Henderson is going to be fighting his way, and finally Miami picks up a 1st down. Henderson in the backfield, they're going to give it to him on the draw, but Roger Long brings him down for a loss of 4. As you can see, Albuquerque is outgaining Miami in every facet of yardage. They're going to the air right here, though, and that's going to be caught by the rookie Otis Griffin. Setting up 3rd down and inches. They have not done good on 3rd down and short today, but here they pick it up with Henderson getting them near midfield. Another draw play for the MVP favorite. He's going to get them just across midfield and into Albuquerque territory. Continuing to feed him the ball, and their offense seems to be much more efficient now, but they face 3rd down and short again. They're just 1 for 3 on 3rd down today, but Henderson's going to fall forward and pick it up. Going to the air now, Bender's got time in the pocket, launches that downfield. Dangerous pass is knocked away. Looking for the 3rd down and 8 conversion. This pass to the right side is going to be caught by Brian Mitchell. He's a big receiver, and he's got them a couple yards outside of the red zone now. Coming out in the I formation, and Henderson is going to be wrestled down in the backfield by future Hall of Famer Daryl Fannin. They're going to give him the football again, though. Breaks this one out to the left side, gets out of the initial contact, and is just shy of that 10-yard line. Once again, feeding him the football. Makes a nice move to make the first man miss, brought down at the 5. Under 2 minutes left to go now. Miami trying to get into the end zone for the first time today, and Otis Griffin can't quite get it there, and he's a little bit shaken up on the play and has to check out. He does get them down to the 1-yard line though, and Henderson will finish the job, adding on to his MVP campaign. Albuquerque has 1:40 left to go downfield to extend their lead off of the play fake. Now Orlando Cross is going to launch this one downfield, looking for his fullback, but there are 3 Dolphins down there to stop that from being completed. To the ground game now with Craig Roberts, and he's going to pick up 7 yards there. Coming out in the eye on 3rd down and 3, Daniels is going to pick it up, which means Albuquerque is going to stay aggressive, but they have under 30 seconds left to go. Miami sent a cornerback blitz there. It got picked up, and we almost took advantage of it with Jimmy Andrews. Instead, it's going to be 3rd down and 11. Cross looking to throw over the middle, but he got blown up there. Happy to see him get up, and that will take us to halftime, where Albuquerque leads by 3. The Vipers also get the football to open up the 3rd quarter, so we still have a chance to extend our lead here and maybe even make it a 2-possession game. Jimmy Andrews, the veteran out of Notre Dame, is going to pick up the 1st down right there. Now Craig Roberts, former USC running back, is going to go right up the gut, picking up 6. 3rd down and 4 now, trying to avoid having a punt on this drive. Just keep backing up is Orlando Cross there. Finally got the pass out, but it's going to be knocked away. Great coverage by Miami secondary. Back out here with the football. They're going to give it to the fullback, Derek Browning, but he's going to be taken out for a big 3-yard loss. Bender to the right side now. He's got Brian Mitchell, and they're going to be calling that a 1st down. Coach Billick does not throw the challenge flag, so Miami's going to keep this drive alive. 2nd down and 5. They're going to give it to Browning again on the fullback dive, inches shy of that 1st down marker. On 3rd down, they're looking to throw for it. Quick pass is going to be caught by Matt Powell. Number 88 gets them near midfield. Bender setting up the screen now for Henderson in the hands of the MVP favorite yet again, and yet again, inches shy of that 1st down marker. 3rd down and short, and Henderson's taken down by Roger Long. No gain on the play, forcing yet another Dolphins punt, and this game has turned out to be a very defensive battle. Roberts taking this one to the right side, picks up 7, setting up 3rd down and 3. Handoff to Deron Daniels. Great blocking downfield. A tackle is missed, and he was a step or 2 away from breaking that one off for another extra 20 yards. Now he's going to take it to the opposite side of the field now, fighting his way through tacklers and picking up the 1st down. Despite missing a quarter of the season, he still has his eyes set on that 1,000-yard rushing mark. Now Orlando Cross moving around in the backfield, and he was way back there. You just got to throw it away at that point. Instead, he's brought down for a loss of 16. That's going to make this 3rd down and a mile. This is going to be very difficult to convert, especially in double man coverage, but it doesn't matter to Jimmy Andrews. That puts him over 90 yards today, a spectacular grab. We all know he's a little bit shaky. Sometimes he drops easy passes, but there he catches a very difficult one. Nice reception made by Vaughn Lewis to get us inside of the 15 now and keep this drive moving. Now Cross is going to be flushed to his left, taking off and running, knocked out of bounds after picking up 6. Looking to throw for it here. He wants the touchdown, but that's going to be off of the hands of 2nd-year receiver Brian Moore. 3rd down now. We don't want to settle for a field goal. Cross has got time in the pocket. They've got quarterback Contain out there on the field. He keeps backing up, but at least this one is not a sack. That's going to force us to settle for a 2nd Brian Koch field goal, and this game is still very much in reach for Miami. They face a 3rd down on the ensuing drive, though. Albuquerque trying to force a 3-and-out, and they're going to get it. Powell does not have enough to reach that 1st down marker, and again, Miami inches shy of a 1st down. Play fake now. Cross almost rolled into some pressure. Instead, he backs up, gets it out to Vaughn Lewis, but a good hit by this Dolphins defense. Offset I formation now, and here goes Craig Roberts, getting a lot more playing time today than he normally does. He sets up 3rd down and short. Cross wanting to throw for the conversion, and he's got it. Vaughn Lewis holds on to this one and moves the chains. Deron Daniels is going to go right up the gut right here, picking up about 7, make it 8 yards on the play before he gets a breather, and Roberts steps into the game, getting us near midfield. Officially out at our own 47-yard line. This is going to be another play fake. Cross has got time, doesn't see anything that he likes downfield, so he's going to scramble, sliding after picking up that first down. You love seeing Orlando Cross still utilizing his speed, even though it's all the way down to 62 now. Daniels takes this one to the left side of the field, setting up 3rd down and 3. We're going to give it to him again, but Miami run commits, and they're going to bring him down in the backfield. Randall Slater with a big play there, as Miami has started to burn their timeouts, or actually I think that may have been the 2-minute warning hitting, but this field goal is going to make it a 2-possession game. Things are looking difficult for the projected 1 seed in the AFC. Brian Mitchell on that reception, but Miami needs a lot more than that, as they've been only able to score once today. That throw over the middle is going to be caught by Mack, who's also wearing number 14 for the Dolphins. I'm not sure how they got away with that. Throwing this one to Wolford there. He's been shut down since early in the game. Sets up 3rd down and 5. Bender pumping, firing this one to the left side of the field. Justin Williams is there to knock it away, though, setting up 4th down and 5, and the Dolphins need to pick this up. Quick throw is going to be caught by Powell, and that will keep their slim comeback hopes alive, but they're faced with another 4th down at midfield. They're going to run a halfback draw. I understand that this man's the favorite to be MVP, but that is not the play call for that situation there, and Miami goes down 16-7 in a very defensive battle in Albuquerque. Not the flashiest numbers by Orlando Cross, only 157 yards, 6 of 16 passing. He was sacked twice, one of them was really bad, but he did not turn the ball over once. Deron Daniels had 85 yards and a score, 41 yards on 8 carries for Craig Roberts. Jimmy Andrews led us in receiving, and he had that spectacular catch on 3rd down and 26 to keep the drive alive. But when you only complete 6 passes, your receiving numbers are not going to blow you away. Defensively, we played great, only allowing a single touchdown despite not getting a sack or interception going our way. Looking at some other games this week, there was a big result down in the AFC South, as Houston is trying to repeat as Super Bowl champions, and this will definitely help their cause. Another team in the AFC South got a win, and this could end up being for playoff seeding, 21-13 Tennessee over Baltimore. And Jacksonville finally got their first win of the season. It came in overtime against a good Steelers team, 20-17. Finally, on Monday Night Football, we had another overtime affair, and another AFC North team falls 30-27. The Jets are looking pretty good right now, despite losing to us in the last episode. After getting bottled up in his previous game, now Lamar Henderson is no longer the favorite for MVP. Instead, it's Falcons running back Robert Wallach. Albuquerque had a Week 10 bye, so here's a look at all of those games, including a big win for the Washington Redskins. The Jets blow out the Patriots. Ravens have their way with the Steelers. Bears beat the Packers. Cardinals fall to the Giants. You have the Titans over the Texans. Another big result for them. Down in the AFC South, Houston tried to come back late but couldn't do it. 4 interceptions from Alex Malone, which looks very similar to what we saw out of him in the playoffs a season ago. Browns beat the Colts. You have the Bills defeating the Seahawks in a Super Bowl rematch from a couple years ago. Lions fall to the Jags, as they has now won 2 straight. You have the Panthers beating the Chargers. One of those teams had to win. The Saints, who we're going to be playing next week, take down Denver. They are now 8-1. And finally, on Monday Night Football, Cincinnati finally gets a win, and a lot of it has to do with their quarterback, Dexter Parker, finally being healthy. This next game against New Orleans could be the most important game of our season. It could determine who gets home field advantage in the NFC throughout the playoffs, as the Saints are 8-1, the Vipers are 7-2. Thankfully, Albuquerque gets home field advantage, and the rain is pouring down today as we're wearing the all black. Orlando Cross is going to take a shot on the first play of the game, and he finds his tight end Von Lewis already getting us into Saints territory. Cross dropping back to throw again, but he's going to roll directly into a sack. That's a big play there for the Saints after Albuquerque opens up with a big one. That's going to make it 3rd down and 17. Cross steps up into this throw, and it's going to be right off of the hands of Burt Myers, the rain already playing a factor. Curtis Williams is the quarterback of this team, but they did trade up to number 1 overall in the draft last season to take their quarterback of the future, and I'm not sure if they were expecting this much success from their running back. Jermaine Greer leads the league in rushing right now with 1,100 yards and 7 rushing touchdowns, but they're going to be going to Curtis Williams right here, and that may have been a mistake. Gordon coming away with a big interception for Albuquerque, getting back to the 20-yard line on the return, and then grabbing at his wrist as he limps off of the field. Looks like it was a strained shoulder, but he will be returning to this game shortly. Deron Daniels on the ground game now. We told you already that he is looking to reach that 1,000-yard mark, and only 1 yard there isn't going to help him too much. On third down, Cross didn't see anything he liked. He got the incomplete pass, though, so it wasn't a sack, and Albuquerque's going to have to settle for a 38-yard field goal off of the interception. Saints back out here on offense. It's going to be a toss play now to the league leader in rushing, Jermaine Greer, picking up about 7 yards on the play. Faced with a 3rd down and 3, Williams takes the snap. Quick throw is going to be caught, and Klein fumbles the football, though, and Albuquerque jumps on top of it. 2 drives for New Orleans, resulting in 2 turnovers. Daniels on the carry is going to get taken down in the backfield for a 3-yard loss, making this 3rd down a lot more challenging. Cross steps up into this throw. He's got a man wide open downfield. What a release from Jimmy Andrews. And quickly, Albuquerque has a 2-possession lead. The Saints do not want this one to get out of control too early here, but there is a reason that they're one of the best teams in the league. Loin's a little bit shaken up after making the play there, and it's now going to be 3rd down and 6, taking a shot downfield, and Keenan Long is there for New Orleans, already getting them into the Vipers territory. 5 wide right here, floating this one to the right side, but you're not going to get the same thing twice. Pass is going to be knocked away by Darren Gordon. 3rd down and 8, the Saints looking for the conversion. They're not going to get it, though, and on the outskirts of field goal range, this is going to be a 52-yard attempt. Rookie Chad Erb has a long of 49 this season, so this would be a career long for him, and it's going to bounce off of the left upright. No good. So Albuquerque gets away without giving up any points on that drive, and now we're looking to make it a 3-possession game here. If Brian Moore could have caught that, it would have converted to the 3rd down. Instead, Albuquerque goes 3 and out. Saints getting the football to open up the 2nd quarter of play now, and now launching it downfield to Champ Michaels. He's going to break away from the defense for an 80-yard touchdown. That is exactly what New Orleans was looking for. Update on Loins, he's going to be out for the next 4 weeks. That's not good news for us, as now Albuquerque's offense is going to go 3 and out. Things quickly swinging back in New Orleans' favor now after a big touchdown and a defensive stop. Jermaine Greer now on the carry makes it 3rd down and short. They're looking to run for the conversion. Greer gets his blockers that he needs downfield, but hold on, there's a flag on the play for holding. Instead of 3rd down and 4, it's 3rd and 14 now. Williams is just going to check this one down to his tight end, Klein. He holds onto the football this time around, but is tackled shy of that 1st down marker, meaning the Saints have to punt the football away. Daniels gets some good blocking on the left side here as he's going to take it out across the 35-yard line. Out in the I formation, they're going to feed the Clemson product again, picking up 5 yards this time. Make it only 4. It's going to be 2nd down and 6. Daniels is going to go right up the gut again, out at the Vipers logo. 5 minutes left in the half. This is going to be a play fake. Cross gets the pass off here. One-on-one coverage downfield. Darius Floyd has another big reception. His only catch a week ago went for over 50 yards. New Orleans is going to send a little bit of heat now as we're down to the 5-yard line. Cross trying to get the throw out on 3rd down. Instead, brought down by Mario Williams. The 1st overall pick from 2006 takes down the 1st overall pick from 2007. He leads this Saints team in sacks, and that's going to force Albuquerque to settle for a 2nd field goal. Curtis Williams is going to fire this one to the right side, and they're going to be calling that one a catch for Tony Dawson, but this time Billick will be throwing the challenge flag. He didn't do it a week ago against Miami, but he does here, but I don't think it's going to matter. It looks like he actually got both feet in bounds. Indeed he did, which means New Orleans is going to be keeping this drive alive now as they're trying to put together a 2-minute drill, but Justin Williams is going to be coming away with an interception. The top 2 corners for Albuquerque each have a pick now in the 1st half of this NFC matchup. Down goes Orlando Cross on 3rd down again, though. Mario Williams keeps getting to him. That's going to take us to halftime now, where Albuquerque only has a 6-point lead. The Saints, of course, are the current 1 seed in the NFC playoff picture right now. This coming a week after Albuquerque took down the 1 seed in the AFC in Miami. And now Daryl Fannin is going to have to check out of the game. That's 2 starters on this Vipers defensive line out of the game right now. That pass is going to be caught by Greer, making this 3rd down a little bit more manageable. They're going to feed him the football again, and he's going to fall forward to move the sticks. Greer remains in the backfield. They're going to give it to him on the draw. He's going to fight his way right up the gut, picking up about 7 or 8 yards again. 3rd down and short, but there's a flag down on the play. False start on the left tackle. It's going to be 3rd down and 7 now. No running back in the backfield, testing the one-on-one coverage downfield, and Chaz Duncan has got it inside of the 20. Faced with a 3rd down and 7 now after that big play, and Duncan comes down with another clutch reception to get the Saints down to the goal line. Trying to punch this one in. Williams wants to take it himself. He's not going anywhere. That's going to make it 3rd down and goal. Handoff is going to go to Greer, but Bundy is going to take him down in the backfield. That's going to force the Saints to settle for a 2nd field goal. This time, it is going to be good. Just a 3-point game now between 2 of the NFC's best, and once again, Albuquerque is in a defensive slugfest. The rain definitely not helping, and now there's going to be a flag on the field for defensive pass interference. We would accept it, but now it's going to be 3rd down and 8. Cross flush to his right, spinning around in the backfield. I think he wanted circle on the play. Instead, Williams gets his 3rd sack of the afternoon. New Orleans back out here on offense. Jermaine Greer getting shifty, makes a man miss as he ducks underneath him, and that's going to get the Saints into the Vipers side of the field. That's going to take us to the 4th quarter of play now, and that should have been an interception for Tommy Wynn, but hey, I'll take the knockdown on 3rd and 7. Orlando Cross looking to extend this Vipers lead now. Pass to the right side is going to be caught. Brian Moore manages to bring that one in, thankfully. That's going to get us out to the 45-yard line. Cross, flush to his right. He doesn't want to go down again, but yet he will, as this Saints pass rush just keeps getting home. That's going to be a loss of 6 on the play. Daniels on the handoff now is going to pick up that lost yardage and a little bit more. That's going to make 3rd down a lot more manageable. The Saints send a blitz. It's going to get picked up enough, though, and Von Lewis was wide open for an easy 3rd down conversion. Again, looking to go to the air. Pass is going to be caught by Darius Floyd. This one not for 50 yards, but it does give us 3rd down and inches, and Daniels is going to easily convert it. 3rd down and 10 now. We're going to looking to throw for this conversion, but again, into the hands of Deron Daniels. Taking this one to the right side, pulls out the stiff arm, and the Saints finally bring him down at the goal line. 2nd down and goal now going to the corner, and that pass is going to be knocked away. Albuquerque is 5 for 12 on 3rd down. Right now it's going to be 3rd and goal. Cross rolling to his right, throws that one to the back of the end zone, but Alfred Hunter couldn't hang on to it. That would have been a phenomenal catch by the fullback. Instead, it's going to be a 3rd Brian Koch field goal. New Orleans still has an opportunity to go downfield and take a late lead with under 2 minutes left to play, but on 3rd down, Ed Klein is going to be shy of that 1st down and to keep the offense on the field. 4th down and 2, handoff goes to Jermaine Greer, and they're going to say he's short. Turnover on downs. Albuquerque has the football going back their way, and now it's just up to them to run out the rest of this clock. Saints start using their timeouts. Deron Daniels is not going to be going very far here. New Orleans down to 1 timeout now. 3rd down and 7. Daniels takes this one to the right side. Trying to get to the 1st down. He doesn't, but he does make sure to stay in bounds, and a field goal would make it a 9-point game. Koch is going to be good for the 4th time this afternoon. Under a minute left to play, and the Saints need to score twice. Wide open is going to be Jermaine Greer, the running back, getting his stats up as he takes that one down the left sideline across the 35. 30 seconds left now. It's going to be 3rd down and 10, and Klein is not going to pick up the 1st down, and this clock is continuing to run. 4th down and short. Last chance for the Saints. Pump faking, airing this one out to the left side, but there are 3 Vipers defenders there to make sure it falls incomplete. And in back-to-back weeks now, Albuquerque takes down the number 1 seed in each conference in a defensive slugfest. Again, it wasn't the prettiest numbers, but a win is a win. Cross again under 200 yards. Terrible completion percentage, but he had a touchdown. Didn't throw a pick. He was sacked 5 times today, though, which was pretty ugly. The ground game had a real tough time time to get going. Darius Floyd was our leading receiver in this game, but again, the receiving numbers are not going to be too flashy if we only complete 9 of our passes. Defensively, we played great yet again, only giving up 1 touchdown, only 10 points, and we also came away with 2 picks. There was a big game in the AFC North this week, or at least it wasn't going to be one on paper, but Minnesota had their way with Green Bay, who was 8-1 going into this matchup. That really evens out the playing field now in the NFC, as there are now 3 8-2 teams, and Chicago's trying to get into that race too as they take down Houston. That makes the defending Super Bowl champions 5-5, just like our rival Seattle Seahawks, who I don't think are going to be going back to the Super Bowl for a 3rd straight season. But now is the time that I'm going to be making a change that I have been putting off for 5 real years, and that is going to be the quarterback vision cone to make things a little bit more challenging. Taking a look at this, Orlando Cross with his 99 awareness, he's got that Peyton Manning type vision cone here as I'm getting ready to use it against the 49ers in our next game here in practice. Meanwhile, just 69 awareness for Antonio McGuire means he's got that Michael Vick type of vision cone. I can work with it, but it's definitely going to be more challenging whenever he's going to have to come onto the field, especially if Orlando Cross, keeps getting knocked down for a couple plays. San Francisco is projected to win this game by the media. Remember, they took us down in overtime in the last episode. San Francisco is definitely going to be the biggest challenger for our division. Here's a look at Benji Barton's numbers so far this season. Not the flashiest, but he's definitely the 2nd best quarterback inside of this division. This is not what we want to see to open up this game, though. 2nd-year linebacker Tommy Wynn shaken up on the play, and he's been one of my favorite players on defense this season. Robert Fernandez, former Lions running back, signed with them in the offseason. He loses his helmet on this play, though, and that's going to set up 3rd down and 5. Barton looking to throw for it. Now you can see his vision cone there go over to the left side of the field where the pass is going to be knocked away, and Albuquerque's defense is going to force a stop. Deron Daniels on a carry to the right side. He's got a lot of space. Stiff arms a defender, and he's running down that right sideline. He is gone. Good night. First play of offense for Albuquerque is an 80-yard touchdown. The fans here in San Francisco don't like that, and I don't like seeing that Tommy Wynn's going to be out for the rest of this game, at least with a broken finger. That pass is going to be caught, but now San Francisco has an injury of their own. The Harvard grad is going to have to limp off of the field, meaning Steve Cumberland, who's been with them since 2018, is going to have to check into the game. His pass to the left side is going to be caught by Michael Gamble, and the rookie receiver is going to pick up a nice play right there. Cumberland's looking to throw this one yet again. Good pass protection, but it can't hold up forever. That's going to make it 2nd down and 15 now. Draw play for Fernandez, and he's going to pick up a lot of that lost yardage. That's going to make it 3rd down and 12. Albuquerque's going to send some heat, and the pass is still going to be caught by Gamble. 2nd time he's come up clutch on this drive. Fernandez getting shifty as he goes right up the middle, and now Benji Barton is back in this ball game. He's got time in the pocket, floats that one to the left side. Fernandez getting busy, whether it's running the ball or through the air. Now 3rd down and 10. Albuquerque's defense looking for the stop. They're not going to get it, though. Michael Gamble is in the end zone, and San Francisco's offense is looking good today. Albuquerque back out here on offense. Play fake, and here's your first look at Orlando Cross with the vision cone in game, looking for Vaughn Lewis, but we can't start this game off the same way we did against New Orleans. Handoff to Deron Daniels, some good blockers there, and he's already nearing the century mark. 3rd down and 2, Cross wants to throw for it. Doesn't see much that he likes until he sees a wide open Darius Floyd down the sideline, the former Niners in the end zone. Albuquerque is very quickly back in front now after a big running play on our first drive and then a big pass play on our second drive. Wide receiver screen's going to lose 2 yards now. Barton looking to throw. This time it's going to be a halfback screen, but the ball's on the ground. It's going to be picked up by the rookie, Chris Diggs. Albuquerque selected him in the first round. The penalty is going to be declined. What a start to this game for Albuquerque inside of the division. And Benji Barton is limping off of the field again. Luckily for San Francisco, he will be returning to the game shortly once again. 3rd down and 11. Cumberland looking for the conversion. Gets this one out to his wide open running back Fernandez. He's going to stiff arm Javon Anthony and keep this drive alive. Benji Barton quickly back in this game. He's going to fake the give to the fullback. Hands it off to Fernandez. And he's showing everyone why Ronnie Lott allowed him to wear number 42. That's going to take us into the second quarter of play now, where Fernandez is going to fall forward for 5. Looking for the third down conversion again. Barton's going to pump fake, but the pass rush is going to force the incompletion and force a San Francisco punt. Things can quickly get out of hand here for San Francisco if we go up by 21 points, which is very opposite to our matchup earlier in the season where San Francisco got off to an early lead, held on to it for a majority of the game. Albuquerque forced overtime. They should have won on a field goal, but after a penalty, they had to try the field goal again. They missed it, and then San Francisco very quickly kicked a game-winning field goal of their own. So we have a little bit of a sour taste in our mouth after that matchup. Of course, we're looking for revenge today and a third down conversion. Darius Floyd has got it, and that's going to get us into San Francisco territory. Play fake now. Cross is going to throw that one to a wide open Darius Floyd yet again, getting plenty of catches in against his former team. That's going to set up second down and inches. It's going to be a fullback dive for Alfred Hunter. He takes it up the gut and moves the chains. Play action now. Orlando Cross moving to his left, and there's nobody in front of him. Plenty of open real estate for the former MVP quarterback. 62 speed and all gives us a 21-point lead. Barton fires that one downfield. That comes on third down, but Josh Swan is there for the conversion. San Francisco trying to not fall out of this game. Fernandez is going to cough up the football, and we're there to jump on top of it. Devlin, who's in for the injured Tommy Wynn, scoops it up, but now there's going to be a review of the play, and I think he had a knee and an elbow down before the ball popped out, so the play will be reversed. San Francisco is going to be holding on to the football, and that's exactly what they needed. Taking a shot now for Josh Swan, breaking out of Gordon's tackle and brought down at the 5. Toss play now for Fernandez. Tries to evade the first man, and he does. Brought down for a loss, and there was holding on the play. That's going to make it third down and goal from the 15-yard line now, and that's going to get them a little closer into field goal range, but Gamble is nowhere near the end zone. Fourth down and goal. This is going to be a 25-yard field goal attempt, which is up and good. That's going to make it an 18-point game, but Albuquerque wants a larger lead before halftime. Daniels in the flat has the reception, gets pushed out of bounds after picking up 9. Orlando Cross has got time, tipped and intercepted. That is going to be the rookie Percy Jones, who San Francisco selected in the first round. We maybe got a little bit too aggressive and greedy, and San Francisco's trying to make us pay. Nice reception over the middle is going to get them inside of the red zone. Barton looking to throw, floats that one over the middle. It's going to be caught by the fullback Darius Simpson down at the 2. Second down and inches with a minute left to go. That pass is going to be caught by Robert Fernandez. Touchdown, San Francisco. 53 seconds left to go. How aggressive does Albuquerque get? I'm surprised they're even throwing the football right here. Deron Daniels manages to get out of bounds and stop the clock after picking up 7. To the opposite side of the field now. It's Jimmy Andrews across midfield, but he stayed in bounds. Albuquerque refusing to use any of their timeouts. Stepping up into this one and wide open downfield. Darius Floyd could have had another big play. Instead, he drops it. 30 seconds left to go. Going back to that right side of the field. Upstairs for Vaughn Lewis. That's already going to get us inside of field goal range where we burn our second timeout. Lewis on the reception again, picking up about 8 or 9 yards on the play, but we're down to just 7 seconds remaining. Cross looking for the end zone, and he's got Jimmy Andrews. What a release on the play there. Got away from number 44, and that's going to extend Albuquerque's lead. To make matters even worse for San Francisco, they're not going to get the football to open up the second half of play, or maybe they will. Daniels coughs up the football. The Niners jump on top of it, and that is exactly the luck that San Francisco needed if they want to come back in this crucial divisional matchup. Going for it all right here. Josh Swan goes up and gets it. San Francisco quickly makes it an 11-point game yet again. What a way to open up the third quarter for the Niners. Nice run there by Deron Daniels, trying to make up for that fumble as he pulls off a sweet spin move. Craig Roberts now back in his home states. He's going to fight for first down yardage and more after that. Faced with a third down and 7, Cross looking for the conversion, and he's got it. Vaughn Lewis on the reception. Coming out in the I formation, but looking to throw for it. It's a wide open Vaughn Lewis. He's not the fastest tight end, but he does turn upfield to get us across the 30. Handoff is going to go to Daniels now. He's got plenty of space here. Tries to spin around the first defender. Can't quite do it. And we get caught with holding. Reggie Vickers also a little bit shaken up on the play, one of San Francisco's top cornerbacks. Cross looking to take advantage of their top corner being out of the game, and it works. Easy touchdown for Jimmy Andrews. I thought the quarterback vision cone was supposed to make things more challenging. Instead, things have gone swimmingly well for Albuquerque, and it helps that their defense is stepping up big time, forcing 3 and outs. Roberts in the game at running back. He's going to get the handoff and pick up 7 on the ground. Cross looking to fire this one to the left side now. Floyd brings that one in for a first down. Gets us near the 20-yard line as we're already into the 4th quarter of play. That run is going to be going backwards for Daniels, setting up 3rd down and long. Cross letting this one fly to the left side, and I can't believe it. They gave Jimmy Andrews more space yet again. Plenty of steps, and he's in the end zone for the hat trick. 3 touchdowns for Jimmy Andrews, showing everyone why he deserved that big contract he got in the offseason. Here goes Robert Fernandez right up the gut. That's a nice run for San Francisco, but honestly, they need bigger gains than that. They should probably be passing the ball a little bit more, although that was a solid run there by the fullback to set up 3rd down and 4. Albuquerque's going to send a little bit of heat. Barton is going to get the pass out, and Christensen, their star tight end, is going to convert. Barton looking to fire this one downfield, now looking to the left side. They've seen what Jimmy Andrews can do, and they said anything that you can do, Michael Gamble can do too. 6 receptions, over 100 yards, and 2 scores for him so far today. Deron Daniels is going to run that one right up the middle, picking up another Albuquerque first down. Roberts has some good blocking now as he takes this one to the right side of the field. He's going to get knocked down, but not until he gets across midfield. He's going to get the football here yet again, coughs it up, and San Francisco has their 2nd fumble recovery of the afternoon. Albuquerque keeps scoring, but the Niners are not going away. Here goes Darius Simpson, the fullback, fighting for every yard right now that he can get, but there is under 4 minutes left to go. San Francisco has to act fast. That pass is going to pick up a first down as we see Gamble's numbers again, over 130 yards, but down goes Barton. Chris Diggs, the rookie, with his first multi-sack performance of his career. 3rd down and long. Barton's going to fire that one for Josh Swan. He was wide open there for the 3rd down conversion, which is going to take us now to the 2-minute warning. Fernandez on the reception makes a cut inside and picks up 8 yards. 3rd down and 2, they're looking to the end zone. Josh Swan has the reception, but no touchdown. That will make it goal to go with 1:30 left, and that's going to be a 3rd touchdown for Brandon Gamble. He's got a hat trick of his own. Now to make it a 10-point game, Fernandez fights his way in for the 2-point conversion, but the Niners want this onside kick. They're not going to get it. Craig Roberts jumps on top of it. From there, the Vipers would run out the rest of this clock to get a big 10-point win in revenge against San Francisco, 49-39, just the 2nd time that NFL score has ever happened. After back-to-back defensive struggles, Orlando Cross was playing great here, over 300 yards passing, 4 touchdowns, completed well over 50% of his passes this time to make up for only 15 completions in the previous 2 games. Deron Daniels with almost 150 yards, averaging over 8 yards per carry, but both him and Roberts did lose the football, unfortunately, which kept San Francisco in this game. Almost 100 yards for the former 49er in Darius Floyd, and almost 150 yards for Jimmy Andrews on 4 receptions. He had 3 touchdowns. Defensively, we definitely didn't play as good as we did in previous weeks, but Chris Diggs did come away with 2 sacks, and he got a defensive touchdown too. After those performances, Orlando Cross is going to win NFL Offensive Player of the Week, and Diggs NFC Defensive Player of the Week. What a performance for those 2 stars. Looking at some other big games this week, Seattle falls yet again to a bad New York Giants team. Granted, we did almost lose to them in the last episode as well. For the 2nd straight week, the New Orleans Saints had to go on the road to take on one of the NFC's best, and again, they lost by multiple possessions here, this time to Green Bay 42-17. And the Jets may be one of the AFC's best, but that did not stop Arizona from coming back in the 4th quarter, including a late pick 6 to win them the game, Drew Lloyd leading a huge Cardinals upset. And if you remember from the last episode, we have the COVID wheel. I forgot forgot about it until this final game of this episode, but the defensive tackles will be out for this next game, which is a huge hit, especially because one of those is Daryl Fannin. So with those 3 players quarantined for this matchup against New England, J.J. Jones will be getting the start at defensive tackle, but it really falls off after him. And that might be playing a part in why the media is predicting a Patriots upset 24-17. The Patriots have the worst record in the league though at 1-10, and we better not fall to the team with the worst turnover differential. I believe this is actually Albuquerque's final home game, so we've got to make the most out of it. It's going to be brutal having 4 straight away games to end our season. On second down and inches, the Patriots are going to send some heat across, gets it out to Darius Floyd, and he's going to be breaking his way into open space down the right sideline for a Albuquerque Vipers touchdown. What a play. The Patriots are quarterbacked by Ray Dawkins. He was a former backup quarterback here in Albuquerque after being a first-round pick by the Kansas City Chiefs all the way back in 2009. The Patriots did select a quarterback in the first round of last year's draft, though, Roy Williams, although I don't think anyone was expecting him to be this bad this season. They're looking for just their second win of the year now. There goes Hobbs to the left side, picking up a first down. Dawkins is going to fire that one to the right side of the field, and that is going to be caught by Demetrius Beal. He is one of the best receivers in the league, nearing the 1,000-yard mark. Handoff is going to go to Hobbs. Now he's going to spin his way right up the middle, picking up 3 yards. Dawkins looking for the third down conversion now, fires that one into triple man coverage, and that's a reason why he has been a career backup. Handoff is going to go to Deron Daniels, fighting forward and picking up about 6 yards on the carry. Second down and short, pass is going to be out and caught by Lawyer Dumas, the number 2 tight end, who I would love to get more involved in the offense. Again, the Patriots are going to send some heat. That's going to leave Jimmy Andrews wide open, looking to put together a similar performance to what he did against San Francisco a week ago. Von Lewis on the reception there, the number 1 tight end on this team, picks up 8 yards. Now Orlando Cross, flush to his left. He wants to take off and run, but the Patriots have been watching film, and he's going to be brought down by Jesse Baker, another future Hall of Famer who actually did spend time in Albuquerque. Pass over the middle is going to be caught by Brian Moore, breaking out into open space. He's got some good speed. Kind of surprised the Patriots caught up to him there. Looking for Jimmy Andrews on the next play, but it's going to be knocked away, making it 3rd down and 11. Pass is going to be incomplete. No flag on the play. I definitely thought there was PI there. Instead, Albuquerque has to settle for a 45-yard field goal. New England back out here on offense, very quickly down 10-0, definitely looking like the worst team in the league and showing off that 1-10 record. Into the second quarter now, Dawkins has the throw to the left side. It's going to be caught, and that's going to get them into Vipers territory. Handoff to Omar Hobbs. He's going to follow his blockers, spinning around and picks up about 8 yards on the play. Vince Taylor, the safety who brought him down there, is grabbing at his shoulder now. Second down and 3 after the run. Dawkins is going to throw the one back across his body to Demetrius Beal. That's going to set up New England inside of the red zone. Luckily, Vince Taylor will return for this Vipers defense shortly. Dawkins now going to the end zone, and that's going to be caught for a New England Patriots touchdown, Kendrick Francis. Play fake now, and down goes Orlando Cross, and they did not fall for that one right there. Warren making a big play. That's going to be a loss of 6 now. Daniels, he's got some good blocking to the left side of the field now. Stiff arms a defender, and that's going to make this 3rd down a whole lot more manageable. Cross wants to throw for it, and wide open. Von Lewis, another former Notre Dame player on this Vipers offense, is going to get near midfield. Setting up shop right around the Albuquerque logo. Pass to the left is going to be held onto and then dropped by Darius Floyd in and out of his hands. That's going to set up 3rd down and 9. This time Floyd is going to bring it in, gets away from the initial contact, and that's going to get him over 100 yards receiving, and it's not even halftime. He only has 2 receptions on the game, too, averaging over 50 yards per catch. There goes Deron Daniels picking up a couple yards, but he's going to be slow to get up, and he's going to have to limp off of the field. That's not something you want to see. Second down and 7. Cross is going to throw the one off his back foot for Burt Myers. He's going to bring it in, but shy of that 1st down. 3rd and inches, throw this one into the flat for Craig Roberts, and he's in for his first receiving touchdown of the 2020 season. Here goes Omar Hobbs on the ensuing Patriots drive, fighting his way up the gut for a pickup of 7. Now Dawkins is going to throw that one into traffic, but somehow Lindell is going to come down with it. I thought Williams was going to be able to break up the pass. Instead, he gives up a huge play. Dawkins looking to throw again, floating this one to the right side of the field. He had a man wide open, but he missed him. Play action now, and down goes Dawkins as the Vipers pass rush gets to him. It's J.J. Jones starting at that defensive tackle position. Floated pass to the right side is going to be incomplete. Great play on the ball there by Darren Gordon, forcing the Patriots to settle for a 45-yard field goal of their own. Just a 7-point game now. I thought maybe we might have a little bit more of a league, but it is the NFL. Any given Sunday, you never know what can happen, but we are going to try to get into the end zone now before halftime. Cross is going to be flushed to his left, launch that one downfield for Jimmy Andrews, but the Patriots safety knocks that one away. 3rd down and 4 now. Cross has got time in the pocket and enough space to run to convert the 3rd down. Under 1:20 left to go now. Cross is going to step up into the pocket, find Brian Moore. That's going to pick up 5 yards on the play, but the Vipers have to burn a timeout because after getting that pass off, Cross took a hit, which means Antonio McGuire is in the game, and we get to see his little vision cone for the first time now in action. He's going to quickly pick up a 1st down, but unfortunately it looks like he will be quarterbacking us for the remainder of this game. Cross is going to be out for at least the next week. 3rd down and 10. McGuire looking for another conversion, but that was a terrible throw intended for Vaughn Lewis. Falls incomplete, which means now New England has a chance to go downfield and tie the game up before halftime, and that's a spectacular catch by Kendrick Francis. New England burns their first timeout with 30 seconds left to go. The Vipers are going to send a cornerback blitz. It does not get home, and Hobbs gets them near field goal range. Dawkins moving around in the pocket, throws that one to the right side for Beal. They're going to get more than just a field goal on this drive. Beal's going to tie the game up at 17 going into halftime. I don't think anyone was expecting this game to be knotted up at halftime, and the Patriots are looking to take their first lead of the day. Greg Jones on a nice reception there is already going to get them across the 40-yard line, and now Albuquerque's dealing with more injuries. It's our nickel cornerback, Mark Scott. Pass is going to be caught by Demetrius Beal, gets away from the initial contact, but still only picks up 5. Offset I formation is going to be Omar Hobbs running to the weak side, and that's going to set up 3rd down and short. Looking for the conversion. It's going to be a play fake, and down goes Dawkins. Chris Diggs with his 3rd sack in the last 2 games. Luckily, Mark Scott will be returning to this game for Albuquerque's defense, but we're going to have to work without our quarterback. That run's going to pick up only 2 yards on the play, and now McGuire's looking to throw. Brought down from behind. That's going to set up 3rd down and 17. McGuire looking for the conversion, trying to not stare down his receiver. He's going to launch that one for Jimmy Andrews, but the pass is going to sail out of bounds, forcing a Vipers punt. Good field position here for New England on their ensuing drive. Dawkins pump fakes and is sacked. That's going to make it 3rd down and 13. Albuquerque's defense trying to force the 3 and out. Pass to the left side's going to be caught by Al Lind for the 2nd time. He burns Justin Williams, and that's going to be another big play for this New England offense. Omar Hobbs runs that one to the left side of the field, picking up 8 on the ground. They're going to give it to him again going to the left side and picking up another New England 1st down, as now Jerry Gray may have gotten concussion on that play. Looked like it was a pinched nerve actually, and he will be returning to the game after a few plays. That run's not going to be going anywhere, making it 3rd and goal from the 10. Albuquerque's defense looking for the stop, and that's exactly what they're going to do there, as Dawkins trying to find Greg Jones couldn't connect, but New England will be taking the lead with this field goal. 20-17 now. McGuire trying to lead us downfield to at least tie up this ball game, but instead Darius Floyd is going to be losing the football. It's going to be scooped up by Alonzo Casey for a scoop and score touchdown. The Patriots have just taken a 2-possession lead in Albuquerque. The 1-10 New England Patriots have a lead. Davis is going to be shaken up after making the tackle right there, but the surrounding cast is not doing Antonio McGuire any favors right now, especially after that Darius Floyd fumble. Incomplete pass on 3rd down after a good pass rush there from Jesse Baker. New England looking to extend their lead even more. They're already up by 10 here late in the third quarter. Lind has the reception right there, and that's actually going to take us to the fourth. Hobbs on the carry, gets away from the initial contact downfield. I thought Seymour was going to make a big play. Instead, it's going to be 3rd down and 2. Ware is going to be taken down in the backfield for a loss, though, so the Vipers defense does get a stop. McGuire steps up into this throw, looking for Darius Floyd, and they're going to say he got both feet inbounds. No review on the reception. McGuire fires this one to the left side of the field. It's going to be caught by Brian Moore, getting us into Patriots territory. Going to the flat now, Deron Daniels, the running back on the reception, steps out of bounds after moving the sticks. We're going to need some big plays here in the fourth quarter to try to at least tie this game up or hopefully put together some sort of a comeback. We cannot lose to this one-win team. Going to the end zone right here, in and out of the hands of Von Lewis, who surprisingly still has yet to score this season. McGuire flushed to his left, but there were no receivers down there with him, and he's just going to throw it away to avoid the sack, forcing us to settle for a field goal to make it a one-possession game. 3.5 minutes left to go. The Vipers defense needs to get a stop, but instead Lind continues to burn Justin Williams, just keeps beating him, and now he's into Vipers territory already. Williams could have made a play on the ball right there. An interception would have been huge. Instead, it's 3rd down and 7. Hobbs taken down in the backfield. That's exactly what I want to see. That's going to take the Patriots out of field goal range. So now it's time for Antonio McGuire to lead a game-winning drive. He threw a game-winning touchdown last episode against the New York Giants. Can he put together something similar here? Burt Myers on the reception, and that's going to pick up a quick 1st down with under 1.5 minutes left to go. McGuire rolling to his left, doesn't see anything that he likes, dives forward trying to get whatever he can on the ground. After that 7-yard scramble, he's going to find Brian Moore on the curl route, picking up the 1st down. Under 1 minute left to go now. Firing that one over the middle, in and out of the hands of Burt Myers. He couldn't hold on to it through the big hit. Looking for more now. He's got it. Pickup of 5. It's going to be 3rd down. Under 40 seconds left to play now. McGuire has time in the pocket. Rolling to his right, and he's just going to throw it away. Didn't want to take the sack and keep it 4th down and 4. Looking for the conversion now over the middle. He's got a second read. Von Lewis, who's going to get flipped up on his head. And the Patriots are actually the team having to use their timeout because of an injury to their linebacker, Jimmy Warren. 30 seconds left to go. McGuire throwing that one on the move, and it couldn't be held onto by Moore. 24 seconds now. McGuire surveys the field. He's got Deron Daniels, and he's going to go out at the 10-yard line where Albuquerque will be using a timeout. McGuire now fires that one to the end zone. It's going to be intercepted by Mike Hasty, though, trying to give his 6'7" tight end a chance at the end zone to tie the game up. And now with zeros on the clock, New England just looking to run the ball and just run out the rest of this clock, but they're going to take some garbage time points. It's only their 2nd win of the season, and it's against what should be a playoff team, but that's just going to rub salt in the wound. The Vipers fans here at the Snake Den were not expecting a loss. The final score 34-20. An embarrassing loss. We weren't expecting to lose, much less by 2 possessions. Antonio McGuire nearly had the game-winning touchdown, and honestly, I felt like he had a good chance to get it. I don't think that's the worst read in the world. Certainly it could have been better, but just a disappointing loss to end off this episode. Very similar to the episode from 2 weeks ago. Deron Daniels got put in a box today, only 36 yards for him. He has been very hot and cold. Darius Floyd, his turn to have 146 yards receiving. He also had the touchdown. But man, Von Lewis had a couple of chances in the end zone throughout this game to get his first touchdown. Still couldn't get it, and I love using the 6'7" tight end in the red zone. Looking at some other games this week, the Indianapolis Colts beat down on the Green Bay Packers. Aaron Rodgers getting his revenge. That's really going to help even things out when it comes to seeding in the NFC. It's going to be tight between us, the Saints, and the Packers, as the Jets are looking for home field advantage in the AFC. And I think this result just about confirms that Seattle will not be returning to the playoffs. In fact, they're on the verge of having a losing record. Speaking of team records, let's take a look at all of them throughout the league with 4 games left to go. The Steelers and Ravens are tied atop the AFC North, the Browns not too far behind them, and the Bengals have actually won 3 straight after starting off 0-8. The Titans surprisingly are on top of the South with the Colts, the Texans a game behind them, and the Jaguars are struggling. The Jets with the best record in the AFC, just 1 game ahead of the Bills, 2 games ahead of the Dolphins, who started this episode as the top team in the AFC. The Chiefs are the only team in the AFC West with a winning record currently. Going over to the NFC, it's real tight now between the Packers and the Bears, while the Vikings and Lions are both 4-8. In the South, the Saints have a clear lead, but the Falcons are not too shabby at 7-5. Then you got the Bucs and the Panthers. In the NFC East, it's the Philadelphia Eagles, who may not have the best record in the world, but a 2-game lead over everybody else. And finally, the Vipers are on top of the NFC West, 2 games ahead of the Niners, who are 2 games ahead of the Seahawks, who are 2 games ahead of the Cardinals. If the playoffs were to start today, Albuquerque would be the 2 seed. You can take a look at this bracket though and see how things could potentially play out in the 2020 postseason. Taking a look at the league leaders, Aaron Rodgers has the best quarterback rating. His replacement Tavares Sparks has the most passing yards in the league, 31 touchdowns for Alex Malone, putting himself in the MVP race. Only 4 interceptions for Aaron Rodgers, though a classic Aaron Rodgers type season. Meanwhile, Andre Reed has 24 picks. Jermaine Greer remains the league leader in rushing ahead of John Morton, Jason Crawford, rookie Kyle O'Donnell, and Chicago's Tracy Smelly, while Lamar Henderson does lead the league in rushing touchdowns. Ben Dockett has 85 receptions to lead the league, but the most yards goes to Green Bay's Bill Bowens ahead of Josh Swan and Demetrius Beal, 3 receivers over the 1,000-yard mark. Jason Ford of the Texans has 12 receiving touchdowns to lead the league. Titans' Antonio Jones has the most tackles. A lot of Vipers up here with TFLs, but second-year player Richard Warwick for the Cardinals has 13 sacks. He was the 3rd overall pick a year ago, so it's nice to see that he's having a good career. Looking at the team-specific stats, Orlando Cross, just under 3,000 yards passing, 22 touchdowns to 12 interceptions. I don't think he's going to be winning the MVP for a 7th time this season. He's definitely having a little bit of a down year. Deron Daniels over 500 yards, and he's going to have to get another 500 yards in the last 4 games if he wants to hit that 1,000-yard mark. He also only has 3 rushing touchdowns this season. Definitely feels like he should have more. Jamie Andrews leads us in nearly every receiving category outside of receptions. Brian Moore has about 500 yards, and you can see that big old goose egg under touchdowns when it comes to Von Lewis, and unfortunately, he could not remedy that against the Patriots. As you already saw, our defense has a ton of tackles for loss. I think the user team just ends up getting a lot of those. Chris Diggs leads the team in sacks with 3. Daryl Fannin surprisingly only has 1. I'm not sure what happened to our pass rush this season. Brian Koch is nearly perfect when it comes to kicking, but we all know about his 1 miss that he's had this season. There's a new running back who's favorite to win MVP. It's the Texans' Jason Crawford. He's just ahead of Aaron Rodgers, rookie running back Kyle O'Donnell for the Ravens, Tavares Sparks of the Packers, and Orlando Cross is currently 5th when it comes to MVP odds. The challenges don't stop for Albuquerque in the next episode either, as we're going to be starting that one off against a playoff hopeful Bills team. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, leaving a like is always appreciated, and until next time, this has been Jeffrey.